Okay. So I'm opening this. Sharing is Paul. Okay. I'm opening the syllabus. Let me just see whether are we. Okay. So okay, I think you know what. Let me just share the syllabus with you, so that you guys also know where are we right now. So you must be seeing now the syllabus. So here we are, stress concentration, causes and remedies. We talked about it. What is stress concentration? What are the causes and remedies? Fluctuating stresses. We talked about what are the fluctuating stress X, what are the fatigue failure. We have seen, taking example of wire, what is a fatigue failure. And today we'll talk about SN curve. We already talked about it, but today we'll go into more details. Then we have talked about what is endurance limit. Okay. Now sensitivity we have talked, endurance strength modifying factors, and design for finite and infinite. So today we'll cover design for finite life numerical, and we already talked about modifying factors. Okay, these are the Ka, Kb, Kc, Kd, right? So we talked about it. So these are the factors like surface finish factor, size factor, reliability, and factor for the stress concentration. These are the endurance strength modifying factor. So I think but today we'll go more details of SN curve and design for finite life. And then in toward next lecture, we'll talk about these different diagrams. Okay, and then we'll take a numerical of that. So this is the way how we are going to go ahead with the syllabus coverage. Okay, so again, let me share my, where is my Word document? Okay, so when we started, we were talking about the factors affecting the endurance limit. These are the factors. So let's not spend any more time on that, because we already know those factors. We have taken a numerical also. So today, more concentration on what is SN curve. Okay, what is SN curve? It is a basically plot of stress against number of cycles, right? We have seen while doing this endurance limit test. This is the setup for that, right? So we load our specimen with some load. So because of that, now it will be having the specimen will be obviously standard. Because of that load, the specimen will have some kind of stress. So top part, because of the bending, some part will be under compression, some will be compression under tension. And because of the rotation, this example we have taken, it will go through different cycles of stresses: positive, negative, zero, zero, positive, zero, negative, like that, right? And because of that, it will fail earlier, right? And when we plot the graph of stress against number of cycles, it is going to survive, right? Number of going to cycles, it is going to survive, means it will not fail. That graph is called as SN curve. Okay, so this is SN curve. So but since the number of cycles is very large, like say 1,000, 10,000, 90,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, more than that, so we cannot plot on a normal what you can say normal scale. So for that we will use logarithmic scale, because to bring things down. So, and to make a simple log to the base 10, so 10,000 becomes 3, 1,000 becomes 3, 10 raised to 3, 10,000 becomes 4, 10 raised to 5 means 1 lakh becomes 5, and 10 lakhs becomes a million, basically becomes 6. So like that, on x-axis we have number of cycles, right? So here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 means these are the number of cycles for your rotation. Okay, in the endurance limit test. So 3 means 10,000, 4 means 10. Sorry, 3 means 1,000, 4 means 10,000, 5 means 1 lakh, 6 means 10 lakh, and 7, 8 are not relevant, because once your particular element, or your product survives for 10 days to 6 cycles, we call it as a infinite life. It will be, it will survive for infinite life. We don't need to worry about 10 days to 7 and 8. And that limit, when you are means for what stress the element of your sample will survive for 10 raised to 6 cycle, that means a million cycle, that means 10 lakh cycles. That limit, that stress is called as endurance limit, right? We have seen that in a state definition of endurance limit. Now on y-axis we have stress, but again, since we have plotted, we have taken log of log to the base 10 uh, on x-axis. On y-axis also we take the same log to the base 10. So here we plot stress, right? So on x-axis we have stress and log to the base 10 SE. That SE you must have seen a dotted line with SE. That is the endurance limit. Means that stress is endurance limit. Any stress below that it will go forever. Means it will your component will survive forever. Any stress less than SE, that is your endurance limit. For above, if your stress is more than SE, that means it will not go for life cycle of 10 raised to 6 or 1 million cycle. It will fail before that, and then that is shown by this graph. These are the different failure points, right? Where this graph meets here, that is zero point 0.9 SUT. Like the 10 raised to 3 is basically zero point 0.9 of SUT. Means your whatever your ultimate strength multiplied by 0.9, 90% of that will be your 10 raised to 3. And then I think that there is also called low cycle fatigue. Now, if we see this, we started with 10 days to 3 because if your sample does not survive for even 1,000, then it is called as low cycle fatigue. That means the stress is very high. It will not even survive for 10 days to 3. And so then that's why we start with 3. So it means it is basic thing to at least it should survive for 1,000. But if we plot the whole thing, means from 0 to 10 raised to 3 to 10 raised to 6, all this then from 0 to 10 raised to 3 cycles, means 0 to 1,000 cycle, that stress is called as low cycle fatigue. Means for low cycle, it will fail. It will fail from 0 to 1,000 cycles. If it is survive from 1,000 to 1 lakh, 10 lakhs, then it is we call high cycle fatigue. That means your sample is surviving for high cycle. And if it is survives beyond 10 raised to 6, it is called infinite life. So anything beyond 10 raised to below 10 raised to 6, that means million, is called finite life. That means it will have a life which is finite. But if beyond 10 raised to 6, 10 million, 1 million or 10 lakh, it is infinite life. Okay. So I think you have got a clear picture of what is SN curve. So it's a basically plot of stress against number of cycle on a logarithmic scale. So when it is a logarithmic scale, on x-axis we have from 0 to 3, 0, 3, 6, like that. Beyond 6, we consider it as infinite life. On y-axis we have stresses with the log of that, and the lower limit is endurance limit. Below that it will survive forever. And if we consider only this, only from 3 to 3 onwards, then it will have zero point 0.9 SUT here, and this is basically where the SUT is there. So this is how we plot this SN curve. Okay, so SN curve is basically what you can say, when we plot or when we try to find out a fatigue life of element, and if it survives for certain period of time or certain period of certain number of cycles, then that particular number of cycle will become your limit. Okay, so I hope your SN curve is. See now, when we plot the graph, it will not come obviously a straight line. There will be different failure points for different stress. Number of cycles will be vary. So we'll take a approximate. We'll take a below, whatever is the average below that we draw a line, and that line we call it as a SN curve. Okay. So this is for actually metals. Means this is for metal. This kind of behavior will be there. For non-metals, this line will be like this. It will not be a straight line. Okay. So let's talk about now SN. Now since we have talked about SN curve, so we know about what is low cycle fatigue. Low cycle fatigue is failure of your sample, below 10 raised to 3, right? Anything which fails below 10 raised to 3 is called as fatigue cycle, low cycle fatigue. Between 10 raised to 3, 10 raised to 3, it is high cycle fatigue. Okay, so this is how we plot the graph. And now we'll take a numerical on that, if you guys are clear with the SN curve. Okay, we'll take an example. So now this SN curve means it's a plot of stress and number of cycles, and with this we can find out. So if we know, say, endurance limit, say if we know this point, sorry, no, this is not endurance limit, this is zero point 0.9 of SUT, and if we know this endurance limit for one particular sample. So we know endurance limit means it is surviving for 10 raised to 6 cycles. So we know SE, we know number of cycle. And if we know this 10 raised to 3 means your point 0.9 of SUT is 10 to, we take that point 0.9 of SUT as 10 to 3. We can draw this graph, and then for any number of cycle, we can find out corresponding stress, or for any stress, we can find out how, for what cycle it will survive. Are you getting my point? I will repeat the whole thing again. Generally, we don't draw this whole graph. We draw only this part, because we are not interested in low cycle fatigue. We are interested high cycle and infinite life. Okay. So while plotting, we draw a horizontal, a line, inclined line with a slope, downward slope, where it will have a point on y-axis. That point is zero point 0.9 SUT. Okay, and then it will have another point which is basically endurance limit, log of endurance limit, and it will be log of 10 to 6, that is 6. So we draw this line, and then will be horizontal line after that, right? So once we draw this line, that means we know for 10 to 6 cycles, endurance limit is the stress, and for 10 to 3 cycle, zero point 0.9 of SUT is the limit. So with this, we can calculate for any given stage how many cycles it will survive, or for certain number of cycles what is the stress it will survive, that is the limit. So we can calculate that, and that is called as calculation for finite life. Okay, infinite life means it is calculation of endurance limit, and calculation for finite life means we are going to calculate for anything below 10 raised to 6, and we are going to find out for a given stage what is the number of cycles, and for given number of cycles what is the endurance stress, what is the endurance limit stress for that given element or given sample. Okay, so if you guys are clear, then we will start working on. Let me just see if anything is in the chat. Okay, you guys are clear with what is SN curve? It is plot of stress and number of cycles on the logarithmic scale. Okay, any doubt is there, you can ask me. Otherwise we will take a numerical on that. Anybody is having any doubt? No? Okay, I hope I am again audible. Anything is there, put that in the chat. So I will, let me just take a screenshot of attendance. So we have attendance of 30. Just give me 1 minute, and I'm putting a screenshot of attendance. Okay, so fine. So I hope there is no, what you can say, no doubt. So we will take a numerical on that. Now we have seen what is SN curve. Okay. So, I'm not taking example on the blackboard because, I wrote it down on a paper, so that, it will be easy to understand. So what is SN curve is a plot of stress against number of cycles. So, when we are doing a calculation or design for a, what you can say, life which is limited, not it is which is finite, not infinite life, then we will use a SN curve. So let's see what is the example. A rotating bar made of a steel. Please do mind my handwriting here, because I wrote it is in a little bit hurry. So mind it, mind my what you can say. If there is any spelling mistake, please excuse me. A rotating bar made of a steel 45 C8 SUT 630 Newton per mm square. So while reading itself, we will go through few things. First, it is a rotating bar. That means it will obviously undergo fatigue if it is having a stress, right? So SUT is given, that is 630 Newton per mm square. So ultimate stress is given 630 Newton per mm square. Is subjected to completely reversed bending stress. So when we say it is having a bending stress and completely reverse, that means we are having a fatigue failure, right? Failure which is having a fatigue. So the endurance limit will come into picture. The corrected endurance limit for the bar is 315 Newton per mm square. Now corrected means, with all those approximation and all that, while after putting all that, they are getting the endurance limit of 350 Newton per mm square. That means SE is 315 Newton per mm square. And for this particular, once we know the endurance limit, that means we know what is the number of cycles it will survive. It 10 to 6, because it is infinite life. Endurance limit means it will survive after that. So we can plot a 1 point on SN curve That is, point will be log to the base 10 of 315, right? That will be on y-axis. On x-axis, it will be 10 raised to 6. Okay, again I will repeat. They have given the corrected endurance limit, right? So endurance limit is this point, this point. Okay, this diagram is better. So endurance limit is this point. So this is having SE will be log to the base 10, SE will be on y-axis, right? And on an x-axis, it will be log to the base 10 raised to 6, that is 6. So x-axis 6, y-axis will be log to the base SE, we get 1 point. Now this point will be zero point 0.9 of SUT on y-axis, and x-axis 10 log to the base 10 of 10 raised to 3, right? So we can plot 2 points once we have these two information. Well, we have SUT and we have endurance limit. So with these two information, we can plot 2 points. Okay, first point will be SUT multiplied by zero point 0.9. That will give you the limit, right? So it is corresponding number of cycles is 10 raised to 3. That means on x-axis we will plot log to the base 10 of 10 raised to 3. That means 3. So we have 2 points. One point is this, other point is this, and because of this, now we can plot or we can draw a inclined line. And once we know that we can draw the inclined line, we can find for any given stage corresponding number of cycles, or for any given cycle corresponding number of corresponding stress, right? So what they have asked, calculate fatigue strength of a bar for a life of 90,000 cycle. So here in this example, we have asked for given cycles, what is the number of, what is the what you can say, fatigue strength, what is the strength in a fatigue for given element, right? So now means what? 90,000 means what? It is 9 into 10 raised to 4, right? So we have to take a log to the base 10 of 90,000, and for the given, just guys give me 1 minute. Okay, sorry guys, sorry for the interruption. So we'll continue. So we have, from while reading the numerical itself, we have got 2 points. One point is, where we have zero point 0.9 of SUT, that is the, number 3 on x-axis. And for 6, we have endurance limit on y-axis, log to the base 10 of 315. Okay, so now we will draw a graph of it, and now we will call or draw. Now see, this is how it will look like. So we have 1 and 2 point. We know the slope, and then from that slope, we can calculate corresponding what you can say, stress. Okay, this is how we are going to approach. Okay, so first given is SUT. Actually, while explaining problem itself, we have talked about how to solve it. We know we have given SUT 630, as endurance limit 315, and number of cycle for which we have to find out the fatigue limit, that is 90,000, that is 19 to 10 raised to 3. Okay, so we will draw construction of SN diagram. I think I am audible, right? Okay. So if any doubt is there, you can ask me in the chat. You can immediately ask me. So we have given 3 things, and now for each SUT and SC we will plot points, and then from the graph, for the given number of cycles, we'll calculate the strength, right? So first point is we will be pointing on which y will be 0 for that. Sorry, x will be 0 and y will be zero point 0.9 of SUT, that is zero point 0.9 of 630, that is 567. So we'll take a log of that because it's a logarithmic scale. So we'll take log of 567. 567 is zero point 0.9 of SUT. So it becomes 2.7536. So we got 1 point on y axis, that is x is 0 and y is 2.75. So here this point where x is 0. 0 means it is now 3, in our case, because we are origin is x is 3 and y is 0. Okay. So here x is 3 and y is 2.7536. Are you getting it? So first point on the graph or on the SN curve is having a point life cycle of 10 raised to 3, that is zero point 0.9 of SUT. Second point is now endurance limit. Now endurance limit, what will be the on y-axis? Log to the base of endurance limit, right? So this is endurance limit. So this point will be log of SE. That is, they have given us 315. So take a log of 315 to the base 10. That is 2.4983. So that becomes your y coordinates for this endurance limit, and x coordinate will be obviously 10 raised to 6. Right? So log of 10 raised to 6 becomes 6. So this point will have coordinates x 6 and y 2.4983. So this is the endurance limit. So we got 2 points. We can join these 2 points and draw a horizontal line. This is infinite life, and this is from here to here. This is high cycle fatigue. This is infinite life, and below this from 0 to 3 is low cycle fatigue. Are you getting it? Okay, so that means now we, from the calculation, we have 2 points, x0, y 2.7536, and x, not sorry, here x3, y 2.7536, here x6, y 2.4983. Okay, now we have the graph, right? So we have drawn the SN curve. Now we, for any given number of cycle, we can calculate corresponding stress, or for any stress, we can calculate corresponding number of cycles, right? So in the numerical, generally what they will give you the stress, and they will ask you for the what is number of cycles for the given stress. But they have now, in our case, they have asked us for 90,000 cycles. The 90,000 means where it will come. Just tell me from, take a look at the diagram and see where it will come. 3 means 1,000, 4 means 10,000, 5 means 1 lakh, 6 means 10 lakh. So it will be somewhere between 4 and 5. This is 10, this is 90, this is 1 lakh. So 90 will be somewhere here. Are you getting my? So it is 4.95. So this point will be here. So for the given number of cycle, are you getting, or should I repeat again? This part is important to understand. This is logarithmic scale, right? So here 10 raised to 3 means 3 means 10 raised to 3, that is 1,000. 4 means 10 raised to 4, that is 10,000. 5 means 10 raised to 5, that is 1 lakh. 6 means 10 raised to 6, that is 10 lakhs. Okay. So here, when we say 90, this is 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh. So 90 will be somewhere here. We exactly got the value of, we'll take 90 log of 90,000 is 4.95. So it will be somewhere here. So basically, what is this 4.95? Can we just try to imagine what is this 4.95? It is basically 10 raised to 4.95 is 90,000. Okay. 10 raised to 4.95 is equal to 90,000. 10 raised to 5 means 1 lakh. 10 raised to 4 means 10,000. And 10 raised to 4.9542 is 90,000, right? Because we have taken log of 90,000. So log of 90,000 is 4.95. That means 10 raised to 4.95 is equal to 90,000. So now we know for this point 4.95 number of cycles, we have to, this is what, 10 raised to 4.95, right? We have to calculate corresponding strength and then take an anti-log of that. That will come to some number. Take anti-log of that to get the corresponding stress, because here also we are plotting logs, right? This is a log of some 350, 315, right? Right, 315. Then this is log of 567. Okay. So how we'll proceed? We can draw a graph. We can take find out approximate value. But instead of that, easier solution is finding out exact value by using slope method, right? So what is slope? We know slope of this graph. and multiplied by some distance, and we'll calculate this point, right? How we can do that? Now we know this point. What is this point? 2.7536, right? I'm explaining now how to calculate exact value. I have to find this point. Okay, I need to calculate point between 2.7536 and 2.4983. So now this point is equal to what? This point minus slope into this. Are you getting it? Right? So slope into whatever this point. This we want to find out this minus this. Right? 2.75 minus this portion will be this point. How we can calculate that? 2.7536 minus slope into one corresponding to this. What is this? This is the value. That is 4.95 minus 3. Are you getting it? Or should I repeat again? I will repeat this last part again, how to calculate exact value instead of drawing the graph. Now I want to find out, see now, we know this point 4.95. I want to find out corresponding, so let's assume this is a point y, okay, or say, okay, let's say it's a point, let's call it as a point P. Now this point P, what is P? It is basically 2.75 minus this distance. Okay, or we can also say 2.49 plus this distance. Okay, are you getting it? Now this distance is what? Is equal to this distance, and this distance is what? Slope into this distance. So it will be 6 minus 4.95 multiplied by slope will give you this distance. Add to that 2.49, you will get the same value. Or whatever approach I have taken, it is equal to 2.7536 minus this distance. Now how to calculate this distance? We know this distance and we know slope. So slope multiplied by this distance is what? X-axis 4.9542 minus 3 is this distance. Are you getting it? So slope is equal to what? This y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, right? Y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 is slope. So y2 is equal to slope into x. Are you getting it? I will repeat again. Slope is equal to any slope of an inclined line is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. That is the slope, right? To calculate any point y, will do slope into x, because y upon x is the slope, right? Right. So now first we have to calculate the slope and then simply multiply. Very simple, right? How we can calculate the slope? Y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Y2 here is y2 is 2.7536. Here y2 is 2.49. Subtract those upon x2. Here x2 is here x6 minus 3, right? So we will have what you can say 2.7536 minus 2.49, right, divided by 6 minus 3. So this will slope will be, it is a negative slope actually. Here it is, slope is negative, right? So that's why we are taking minus here. So here actually 3 minus 6 will be there for taking the slope, because it is not ascent, it is descent. So it is 2.7536 minus 2.49 divided by 3 minus 6, it will become obviously minus. So slope is this minus this upon this minus this. Slope will be something. Multiply that slope with this distance to give you this distance. Are you getting it? So this distance is what? 4.95 in minus 3. See here. So it is 4.9542 minus 3 multiplied by slope. Slope into this distance will give you this part, and subtract it from 2.75 to get you the value of 2.5873. Are you getting it? So I got a value of S corresponding fatigue strength for a life cycle of 90,000. I got it as 2.5873. Okay, I will again explain the same method, but now from the other side. Now we have to calculate this point, say we are calling it P. Okay, it is equal to this plus this distance. So it is, what is this point? 2.4983 plus this distance. Now how to calculate this distance? Is equal to this distance, right? So it is slope into this. So we know slope. Slope is what? 2.7536 minus 2.4983 upon 6 minus 3, right? Multiplied by 6 minus 4.95. So with that also you will get a same value. So 2.49 plus this will give you same amount of 2.5873. So we got now fatigue strength, log of the fatigue strength for the life cycle of 10 days to 90,000. Sorry, 90,000. It is basically 4.95. For life cycle of 90,000, we got log of SFL 2.58. Take an anti-log of that, we'll get 386. So strength or stress at which it will survive for 90,000 cycle will be 386.63. Are you getting it? If the picture should be now very clear. Now for a given stress, what is the life cycle? And for given life cycle, what is the stress? So our life cycle for gas given was 90,000 cycles. That means log of that is 4.9542. For that life cycle, what is the stress? We got 2.58. Anti-log of that is 386. So so we don't need to plot graph. We can do this by numerical method. So your particular element will survive a stress of 386.63 for 90,000 cycle. So if the stress is below this, it will survive for more number of cycle. If the stress is above this, it will survive for less number of cycle. That means here, if the stress is this 2.75, what is 2.75? It is 567. So if the stress is 567, it will survive for 1000 cycles. If the stress is 315, it will survive for 10 lakh, that is infinite life. So the more the stress, the less is the cycle. So this is the stress or the fatigue life for a life cycle of 90,000. So if you ask, like say, find out the cycle life cycle for 10,000, what you can say, 10,000 uh, cycles, then you will use 10,000 means what? 10 raised to 4. That means log of that will be 4. So you will draw a line like this and correspond. Now what will be, I can tell verbally also. Now this graph, whatever the slope is there, multiplied by 4 minus 1. So it will be whatever the slope of this thing will come, 2.7536 minus slope of the line will be your final answer. Are you getting my point? So for any given number of life cycles, we can calculate corresponding stress, or for any stress, we can calculate the life cycle. So now if the stress is, say, I am saying stress is 200, what will be the life cycle? If the stress is 200 Newton per mm square, the life cycle will be infinite, because any stress which is less than 315 is the endurance limit. That means any stress below 315, it will survive for infinite life. So we don't need to worry about 10 raised to 7, 10 raised to 8. Anything beyond 10 raised to 6 means anything beyond 10 lakh life, cycles, it is infinite life. So stress 200, 250, 300, infinite life. Stress 315, infinite life. Trace 314, it will start having a finite life, and it will have, life will be number less than 10 raised to 6 cycles. And any stress more than 567, it will become low cycle fatigue. It will not even survive even 10,000 cycles. It will fall below that. Means if the stress is 6,000, because point 0.9 of SUT is 567. So if it is 600, if the stress is 600, it will fail not even for 10 days to 3, or that is 1000 cycle. It will fail beyond before that. And if the stress is more than 630, it will not. It will fail because of the ultimate stress. Are you getting? So this is how the stress and number of cycles are related in the calculation of the fatigue failure. Okay, so this is how the numerical will attack for the fatigue life for finite life, fatigue strength for a finite life. For a given strength, we can calculate cycle. For a given cycle, we can calculate the strength. Okay, so we have covered SN curve today. We have seen the factors affecting the endurance limit. We have had a recap on that. We have gone through details of SN curve, and then also we have taken example of numerical on design for a finite life. Okay, so now from the next lecture we will start working on these different diagrams. Okay, so we have less than 1 minute. Anybody has any doubt, you can ask me in a chat or WhatsApp also. Let me take the screenshot one more time. Okay, any doubt, you can ask me, guys. I'm here for another minute or so. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, in I think few seconds I will be cut off, and